Hello and welcome to another All Nation Line video. This was an old sign that came out of the old hobby shop from many years ago. But today I want to talk about a little different aspect of building scale models and in particular model railroading. The way a lot of people get into the hobby is they buy ready to run equipment, but I did that years ago and kind of got bored with it and went into actually building my own models and trying to develop the skill. And today I have a pretty well thought out model shop with the right tools for doing various tasks. And today I want to talk about a new tool that's going to help us with our 3D printing. Traditionally, there's two types of 3D printing, the resin printers and then the FDM printers, which is what we use most of the time. And you will also be aware that for the FDM printers, you have to buy these rolls of filament, and after a while, you get so many of these empty rolls that you end up having to discard them. So I've worked with an engineer over in Germany, and we just recently received via UPS, I'm going to open the box, a device that will be able to convert the 3D printer from using filament to using pellets. Here's a small bag of pellets, and right away you'll probably note that if we can use pellets in a machine, we will not be using rolls of filament or spools of filament anymore. One of the reasons for going towards the pellets is a very large decrease in cost. So hopefully we'll be able to bring 3D printed parts and products to our customers at a lower cost. And once I get this all tested out, I hope to be able to convert some of my other printers. So what's in the box? Well, there's a lot of parts, and the idea was to develop a kit for the 3D printing industry that could be used on almost any brand of printer. In this case, I've decided to take one of our 3D printers, in this case Creality Under 3 Max Neo, and convert it. Other than the hardware that's in this box, which I'll show in a moment, the main parts that you're going to need to convert any printer is what's called an adapter. And this is what holds your motor, your hot end, and your feed for your pellets. And thankfully, the gentleman who developed this kit has all these parts that you can 3D print on your own, which is what we have done when we go to assemble this. So what they do is they send us all the screws and Allen wrenches and parts and connectors, fans that we need, some wire here with the ends that have the heaters on them. The main piece here that goes into the adapter is the motor, which is going to contain the screw. And the screw that is actually utilized in this part, which looks very similar to what you would find on a standard FDM printer, but the unique part is this auger. I call it an auger, which is going to take your pellets and force them into your 0.4 nozzle or whatever nozzle you're using, and you'll have your nozzle on this end, and this screw will be driven by this motor in the adapter. So the other parts that come with this our connector cables, the hose for the pellets, and it's a gravity feed pellet. And what I did was I printed a hopper, so you fill up the hopper, connect the hose up on this end of the hopper, and let the pellets fall right into the adapter. So with the parts like the fans, the heating elements, and the various screws, we're going to go ahead and assemble this and come back in another video and show you how well this is going to work in 3D printing. There's a number of other parts that needed to be printed besides the adapter. Basically have housing parts around the adapter, parts that'll hold the fans, and a cover lid for the hopper itself, because you want to keep the pellets clean. And basically you can get pellets in a rather natural color like this, or black, and the pellets are generally 3 to 4 millimeters in size. This happens to be PLA pellets. We'll have ABS pellets, and those will probably be the two primary plastics that we test in this particular experiment. So I hope you enjoy this part of the video, and as we make some progress on that and get our testing done, I think we'll be able to show a lot of our model railroader friends who have 3D printers that this is a possible option for them. It helps save the environment because you're not throwing out the old empty spools, and I suppose in reality you could use recycled PLA or ABS from your printing if you could grind it up into a pellet size and feed it into this system. The engineer who developed this also said it could be used for printing food or chocolate candy, anything that has a melting point. I don't plan on doing that, but it's kind of a curiosity in any event. So stay tuned. We'll have some more on this as we get into it.